ಏನೋ ಗಲಾಟೆ ನಡೆಯೋ ಹಾಗಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲು ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಡಿ. ಬನ್ನಿ.
Hello. Jyotsna Rao is a choreographer, theatre and movie actor. Progressive in her thoughts, she is also a practitioner of Ballet, Bollywood jazz, Kathak, Bharatanatyam and Kalarippayattu. While waiting for her new movie, Devi, let's have a chat with Jyotsna. Welcome. Basically, Jyotsna is an actor, performer, dancer. How would you like to know about, people know you as
a performing artist because I also do theatre and dance and films. So my interest is pretty broad and not narrowed. And I have equally delved in each field very in depth, I can say, not just, just what they say, skimming through things. But I believe in looking at every art form in depth, which attracts my interest. So first I began with dance as a learner. Then I started working with companies professionally. I trained myself, and as I started performing, I just started getting to know the inadequacy of me as a performer. So I was never satisfied. So I went on learning Kathak, and then I started wanting to do films because that always was at the back of my mind, to be an actor someday. So Devi happened, and that gave me like a push and made my dreams come true. And I really thoroughly enjoyed that process. Yeah, that's about me. And with theatre, I have also equally delved in detail. I might say I've done many productions in the past in many languages, Hindi, Kannada and English. Also, I have also worked with very prominent personalities, directors. So that way I'm very lucky and blessed, I can say. I also intend to, sometime figure out how I want to become as an actor. What is my, interest in the field of films? That is my future plan. So that's about, I'm just like, with theatre, dance and films, I'm figuring out what I can do at that moment. This year, what I want to do. Next year, what I want to do. Like that.
Of course, theatre is a common element with Ashvin and you.
Yeah.
But keen to know how Ashvin found you.
We worked on a film which never released. So he had seen me improvise. Though we had not done any scene together, he had seen me act. I think that was there in his mind, that somewhere I could fit into this role. And I was also a dancer and also a trained Kalarippayattu practitioner. So he was looking for somebody who had these skills and also is not scared of doing action sequences, or be it going into the forest, because the entire film is picturized in the forest, in Wayanad and also in Coorg. So I was like, that was the challenge that attracted me. First of all, it was a thriller, action thriller. And I wanted to do and show off my Kalari training. So yeah, he said, there's a role like this. She's an assistant director and she's also gay. That was also like one thing that really wanted me to do the character, because anything which is challenging for me is always, my interest. I want to do it. So that's how he just messaged me on Facebook, and then that's how it started rolling. I sent my pictures. He had seen me act, so I didn't have to audition. And then I met all the crew, the entire crew, one day, and that's how I went on board.
So could you give a hint about the character? I know it's yet to be released, so there are things that could go as a spoiler.
ಹಿಗ್ಗು ಉಂಟೆ 3 ಹುಡುಗಿಯರು ಕಾಡಿನೊಳಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
She is an assistant director and she's always with the actress. She's very protective also, and very strong. And very importantly, he had told me that I need to look very, like, rugged and butch. That was the word he used. So I cut my hair like really short. I had like this long hair only that time, but I cut it really short to look completely different. And I wore check shirt and stuff which I never do in real life, cargo pants and things like that. So that's about my character. And she is into trekking and outdoor, and yeah, she's very, with the film industry all the time. She works as an assistant director, so she is always with the actors and actresses and the director. That's more about my character.
And the film is also being, appreciated. It's traveling across the globe, on
Yes.
different festivals. So, a couple of things about the movie.
We have already, won 4 different awards: Best Director, First Time Director, Best Producer, Best Actress in Silk Road Cannes Awards. So, and we are also expecting other awards to get into the other awards that we have nominated. They've been nominated for.
You have touched upon the performance art part, and could you talk about your time with Attakkalari? How was it? And
I can say that Attakkalari gave me a foundation. Like it taught me many things in terms of movement, in terms of performance, in terms of choreography. As a dance educator, I learned a lot. And also my body changed when I was with the company itself. And I really owe a lot to Jai, because when I went for the audition, I didn't know anything about dance except that I knew a little bit of jazz. I was a total, like a beginner, and my concept of space was very low. And he just said, "Yes, come, we have a diploma program." And I joined the diploma program. And that's it. From there, I graduated, and I started working with the company as a repertory member. And I went on to perform at prestigious festivals, did my own choreographies while I was with the company. I traveled a lot. I taught dance to children as well as adults. It was very, very good. And yeah, that's how my dance journey has been. And then I went on to work also with the very renowned choreographer, Kathak dancer Daksha ji. If you've heard of Daksha Sheth and Devisro. In the company, I worked for almost 7 years. Till 2017, I've just been dancing. And then I just took a break. I kind of explored meditation and yoga. And also I took up theater as a profession. I wanted to get back to theater and teach children. And I still do. I'm teaching theater right now. And slowly, I want to progress a lot in films.
Come from a background of artists. At home you have legends, Vishnuvardhan sir.
Yes.
So how did he inspire you? And you, of course, and you also came to know, as in the process, that you should go in depth in each of these art forms and theater. So
Right.
how did that influence or that inspiration happen?
Inspiration, I would say it was always there since I was a child. I looked up to him and also my aunt.
ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായോ വിളിപ്പിച്ചത്?
എന്താ അമ്മ ഇങ്ങനെ?
അല്ല, ഒരുപാട് തിരക്കുള്ള ആളല്ലേ?
Because we rarely saw them, but when we saw them, they always had that air about them that they carried. And I don't know, whenever I wanted to do something. I got really a lot of appreciation from my aunt and from my uncle. And I used to also be like one of the entertainers in the house. And they would want me to play the tabla or the dance. We also did, lot of group dances during some occasions and stuff. So that way, but they were also very protective. Initially, I was very mad about, acting. I wanted to be an actress, but they didn't allow me that time. So I took off, with dance. This was okay. Dancing was fine with them. So I did a lot of dancing. Now, I don't know. I think they're fine with me acting, even in my house. So that's how I've just moved on to doing films now. I'm looking forward to doing more films.
Being from Kerala, I should definitely ask this question. I think, have you been watching Malayalam films?
Of course, I love watching Malayalam films. I watch a lot of Mohanlal films, Dulquer Salman, Fahad Fasil. All of these are my favorite actors. And any new movie I see on Netflix or Amazon, I have to watch it. Now, there's one movie, Minnal Murali, which I want to watch in Malayalam.
People outside Kerala or outside India also, they are looking at Malayalam films, what is happening new in Malayalam films. So what do you think is something different or something new or creative in there?
The content is definitely fresh, and the way they treat it is very unique, and they keep it very realistic. The way, there's no over the top presentation of characters, or be it the storyline. It's very relatable. You can relate to the characters, you can relate to the stories. And that's what makes it unique. But at the same time, they have some unique thriller element or a drama element or a romance element. I don't know how they do it, but it's very magical. I think the way they tell stories is beautiful. The characters also. I watched Grandmaster just, I think, last month. And I really liked the suspense element of that, the thriller element of that movie. And how Mohanlal's character, traverses through all these incidents. Though he knows the next move, he doesn't reveal it, but he waits for it to happen. And then he's prepared. So, yeah, that was one of my most memorable movie in the just recent past.
All these things, like you are practicing theater, performance, art, as in on the floor dance, movement arts, and of course movies. So how do you dedicate your time for practicing these things?
I dedicate every day. I think I'm practicing. When I'm teaching theater, I'm basically practicing every day. It's not that. That's the reason why I do it, because it puts me in a space where I'm practicing the art form, not just performing, but also practicing it on a daily basis. When I'm performing, definitely I work a lot on my body. I do my body conditioning, yoga, and eat right, more proteins or fiber, whatever is required according to my body. It'll say to me, okay, today I need carbs. I just, manage my diet according to the requirement of the performance.
As compared to a generation before, or one or two generations before, where the acting is like, okay, there is theater actor or film actor. I don't know whether people could make out the differences, or now things are getting into deeper, like if a person has a certain inclination, they can specialize in the certain aspects. So you have any advice or suggestions for aspiring actors or people who would like to perform on theater or movie?
If you want to be a theater actor, you have to do productions, not only acting, but delve in different departments. Like I started off in backstage. I started doing the set, and then I moved on to the choir, the orchestra department. I played tabla. Then I started doing the second, like supporting actor roles. Then I went on to become a protagonist. I just have one suggestion for aspiring actors is that you have to train yourself. First is the body, the voice, and also watch a lot of plays if you want to go into theater. If you want to do movies, watch many movies as possible, world movies, regional, international, whatever it is, because the way people tell stories are different from the culture that they come. So this is very interesting. And to be an actor, the main thing is just our body and voice. And you can't do shortcut with that. You have to really train it, both, every day.
Theater, who are the favorite people who have inspired or, who you look at as role models?
I would say my professor in college, Lakshmi Chandrasekhar, she's also very prominent theater artist, a director also, and she's a translator also. She was a great inspiration for me because she pushed me as an actor. Also, she would give feedback after every performance, and that helped me to grow as an actor. So she, and also there's B. Jayashri in the Kannada theatre. I've worked with her also in a production, and I think she's amazing when it comes to projecting women roles. She's a very strong actor, and her voice itself is very powerful. She also inspires me a lot. And Adi Shakti's works I like from Pondicherry. And NST, of course. Recently, I haven't watched any, but before I used to watch a lot of NST performances, which used to happen in Bangalore during the festivals. I also used to just volunteer to watch the productions. So these are some of the organizations and people who inspire me a lot in theatre. In films, Akira Kurosawa, and also Fahad Fasil is one of my favorite actors. And who else can I say in films? Kangana Ranaut. She's my favorite actor.
So, what are your future plans, future projects?
2022, I think I will be doing more films and theatre. That's it. Preferably, I want to streamline only in films. If people accept me as an actor, if I'm a hit actress, then I will definitely be into films and maybe 1 or 2 theatre projects. That's it.
You set up your own school, or how is it?
I teach theatre. I don't teach dance currently. I'm only into theatre. I teach students at a school. It's called Orchids International School. So I'm a theatre teacher there.
It's wonderful talking to you.
I would like to promote Devi through this channel, and want people to come and watch it because it's a new way of presenting a story. At least in Kannada, I haven't seen 3 women protagonists doing action, and also the whole look of the film is very different. The cinematography is done by Kunjuni. He's also from the Malayalam industry, and it was a pleasure working with him and also an honor. So yeah, it's going to be really amazing, and I want people to watch when it comes out.
Definitely, I think this would be a change,
It's kind of breaking, the stereotypical way of presenting women in the protagonist roles. And there's also a lot of inclusion that's happening. You just saw the video. If you've seen the latest single, that's also involves Sushant, who's also, trans person. So that way, I think it's a unique experiment in many ways. And, my character is also gay. And so that take itself is new in the mainstream Kannada movie. To be, in the main lead is very new.
All the best for Devi and other theatre and performance, coming up, whatever is coming.
Thank you.
We'll connect again when, after the movie release and, a conference and connection.
Sure. Lovely speaking. Bye.
Please do subscribe to Media Mathamgi and comment your observations and thoughts. Thank you.